Hey Ashley,
Hello, darling. How are you?
doing? How about you?
I'm glad to be back on the mic chatting with you, girl. That's what I'll say.
Yes,
We
me
here.
too. We're here. Hi y'all.
What's up? What's
Now that you see
up?
our faces, hi. Speaking of saying hello, shout out to all the federal workers right now. Okay, praying for y'all.
hmm
This time is just unreal, and I know several people near and dear to my heart, waiting, figuring out what this government's going to do. Just know that we appreciate your work. Your work matters. And, you're in our prayers during this difficult time.
Well said, Delora.
Thank you. So this week, it's a week full of headlines. It is what it is. We
You know what I realized we got to start doing in my late night doom scrolling. We have this whole pop culture and TV film podcast, and we need to start biting off of what Kev on Stage and Tony do, where they do their top
yes,
fives. And I'm like,
top five.
we gotta start doing our
Yes.
top fives for stuff.
I was
So,
thinking about that. I was thinking about top five. I also was thinking like there was this game in particular that I really liked. So you said a movie, and the other person has to say the star that was in it, and then
yeah,
from that star you have to pick another movie, and then it's like
that
that
they're
back and
in.
forth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like
So
that game where you would go around in the circle and it can be different
it
topics,
says
but
don't
you
break
got to
the
keep it
chain or something
going.
like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Woof.
Okay. So really quick, let's try one.
Right
Scandal.
on the spot. Do I just name one person?
One person, and then from that person I would pick another movie, and then you would pick another person, and then
Okay. Kerry Washington. Uh
Knives Out,
oh, you say another one that she's been in?
and then you pick another person. So I have
Okay.
to, so you'll pick like
Daniel Craig.
Daniel. Okay, then I'll say Casino Royale,
Ooh, I don't know nobody else from
and then
Casino
that's where
Royale.
it gets hard. Yeah.
Yep. I couldn't tell you another. Hold on. Was Casino Royale the last one that just came out? I don't think
No, that
so.
was his first Bond
Because
movie.
I was going to say if it was the last one, I could have said,
Yeah,
what's the
you do
name?
know
Malik.
somebody in that one.
Who?
M. Dame.
Oh, Judy Dench. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
You're right. I didn't, man. Yeah. You're right.
But
I could have got
that
it.
one was hard, but that's how that game closed. But we'll do more
We made
games.
it 3 rounds.
We did. All right. So speaking of headlines, again, what's going on in the world is the real world is really on and popping these days. And in some ways, Hollywood's not doing its job because they're still figuring themselves out after the fires and the strikes and the AI. So, you know, we don't want to be lulled to sleep, but we also still want to find our joy because joy is revolutionary. So, this is a very joyful, but I kind of appreciate it because of, hopefully we're on the path to justice. I'm looking at the BBC. Prince Andrew gives up royal titles, including Duke of York, after, quote, discussion with the king. This came out last week. And for me, I'm like, finally, obviously, there's mounting pressure due to his association to that man and his island. And yeah.
I also just imagine that Charles said, Mama may let you slide, but I'm not. Get on up out of
Let's
here.
not act like he has a moral standing on anything.
I mean more so for himself. Like
Yeah.
Mama may, that was mom. That's a mother's love. You not finna make me
She
look
let
bad.
that man get away with so much. But yeah, pretty much with the
Because he
continued
was her favorite,
accusations,
allegedly.
allegedly, yes.
Yeah.
And he wasn't even the youngest. There's a younger one after him. Feel sorry for the only girl too. Like Prince ain't got no love.
I
Um,
don't even know who that is. If I'm honest, I don't know who that is.
and of course I know because rabbit hole, Princess Diana is everything.
Mm.
So in his statement, he says, continue accusations my about me distract from the work of His Majesty and the royal family. So finally, finally, I
Especially
want
after
to
the
say it.
suicide of the one young lady, like
Girl, and
allegedly.
mm, mm,
Allegedly.
you talking about the one who got quote unquote hit by that bus?
Mm. The
That
one
was
who got hit
insane.
by a bus and had made the statement she wasn't suicidal, and yet somehow we all believe she just committed suicide. But she was in a picture prominently with Andrew. I remember that.
She was.
I
She
remember that.
was.
God bless.
So, things are moving on the other side of the pond, Ashley. What is gonna ramp up over here?
I mean, maybe never if people have their way that are in power right now. They're going to
I know.
bury it deep, deep, deep. But some justice seems like it may be finally coming for some people. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
we will see. In the best news for me in pop culture this week, they announced the actor who will be voicing the Cowardly Lion in Wicked Part 2 for good, and is none other than one of my faves, the Coleman Domingo. Ashley, I screamed because it was so funny. Um, the director John Cho has been teasing the actor, who's the voice of the Cowardly Lion, and he would say, "Man, wait until the red carpet when the actor who gives us the Cowardly Lion's voice steps foot on it. It'll be wild." That's what he says, and I'm like, yes, with all these jokes.
What's interesting is when I first saw the headline, I was like, wait, why are they announcing it as if this movie has not been shot, edited, we're done? Y'all saying it like he is going to be the voice. He is the voice. The movie's done.
The movie's done. And honestly, you talk about like it happened overnight. You're right. I think it took them like 4 years to make this freaking movie. And it was so funny because in a recent interview, uh, the director was like, "Oh, y'all are wondering why, Cynthia and Ariana are always crying." He was like, "We've been in this for 4 years. We've had the entire journey. So when we're coming together for these press tours, they're living all of this, And he's like, "I can't wait for y'all to see, the rest of the film." And to that I say, I cannot wait.
Double
The
feature.
the new posters, have you seen them? And
To be honest, I catch things, but I'm kind of upset when I catch them because I don't want too much. Like I
they
want
give too much in these trailers because they're trying to
uh
get people to go to the theaters because people aren't doing that.
I am sat for
Um,
Wicked. I'm sat.
oh, same.
You don't have to worry about it. Did you know, by the way,
November
that
21st.
did you know that that came from IL? Because I didn't know that she's the one who started the I'm sat trend.
No.
Yeah, it came up in an interview during this press run of this film she's in with Andrew and Julia. And apparently it came like she posted it under somebody's, I can't remember who, somebody else's Instagram post. And that started the trend of I'm sat, I'm seated, I'm sat. And I said, is this true? Because
I
this
don't.
never
It feel
what?
okay. Can we also have a real conversation over the fact that a lot of Gen Z vernacular is just a watered down version of how Black people
She's
talked?
not Gen Z.
I know she's a
Millennial.
real
She
millennial,
made that very
technically.
clear too. She
She
said,
did.
I'm a millennial.
Oh, and Andrew was like, what am I, geriatric?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say is a lot of what Gen Z says, I'm like, well, we've said versions of that and it was never in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, for example, at work, they had a whole thing of like, get to know Gen Z. And that's when they talked about aura and they talked about bet. They asked us what we felt bet meant. I'm like, what do you think it means? Like,
I have not been in that type of work environment in a long time, but I remember when I was first coming to the workforce and how millennials were the new hot fresh thing, right? So it was like we got
yes,
to cater to the millennials. What do the millennials want? What da, 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 da.
yes,
And I have been so vehemently like, I don't care what Gen Z wants or thinks because who are y'all? Like, whoever said that the youngest generation is the trendsetters for everybody else? Like, is it just because y'all
because
are fresh? Because the elders
just
should be the
because you're free.
trendsetters.
I was gonna say the true trendsetters should be the people with the bank. And usually that's the people in the middle. Now I feel like X didn't really get his due, their due, but who has the
Yeah,
disposable
people did
income?
not pay
That's
attention to Gen X. They were like boomers, yeah, millennials.
millennials. Yeah.
No offense to any Gen Xers, but it's real.
No,
They
I
treated y'all
love
like the
my
middle
Gen
children.
Xers.
They
Yeah.
did. They
But
did.
to be fair, they're part of the when it comes to pop culture, specifically looking at music. I feel like they're literally the last ones that really were trained. You know what I mean? Everybody else is scooped up from the internet. So, and you know what I love? Somebody had some video, especially around award season. Coleman Domingo was always around Cynthia Erivo, and obviously Cynthia Erivo was always near Ariana Grande. And what I love is they were like, he was never far away from them. Like this was our sign, and we didn't even know it.
Oh
Mind you,
boy.
he was nominated in this award season as that award season as well. I just can't
Right.
wait for him and my other bae, um, Jonathan Bailey. I'm just love, love makes me happy. Alrighty. Victoria's Secret, Ashley. Okay, so Victoria's Secret used to be that girl back in the day. Like I used to love watching it, especially I'm surprised how early they did it this year because back in the day it used to be like closer to Christmas. It was like a for network TV, it was like in that time of year where there weren't a lot of new episodes, but a lot of special seasonal shows. Victoria's Secret would be one of those specials, and they would have like the very unique wings, and again
Yeah.
closer to the winter holiday it'll be like very winter themed, Christmas themed. But they're making a comeback because they took a pause, and they also took Rihanna's creative director.
Is that right?
This is true because they've been trying to revitalize it. So this year we had a lot of familiar faces. Now shout out to the beauty, I want to make sure I don't get her name wrong, walking out. Yes, Jasmine Tooks with her belly bump, with her second baby, opening the show with pearl wings. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Also, her wedding pictures are a dream.
Mm.
Like gorgeous. Um, and what else? Angel Reese. Angel Reese put those long legs to work, Ashley, on this runway.
I remember seeing just clips and I was like, is that Angel Reese? It looks like her, but isn't this
It
Victoria's
is.
Secret?
And she's giving
Like
body,
her,
body, yada,
Suni.
yada.
I was like, all right, y'all better bring out the athletes because obviously, they gonna look good in some lingerie, some underwear. But what I didn't see is who was the musical number at first. So I was like, that's what I was still watching Victoria's Secret
Multiple,
from, or
multiple. And it's
for.
funny that you say that because we had Cora G. She is a Latina, very popular. Uh Madison Beer Twice, which is a K-pop group. They actually sang their song from K-pop Demon Hunter strategy, and the Missy Elliott.
Missy Misdemeanor.
So uh again, the show looks like it was a great, revival, especially since they've taken some time off because, the main criticism was their lack of diversity of body when it came to the show. And
It's also it's an old brand now. Like it's not. It wasn't the new shiny kid out here.
that's
Like yeah,
true,
you may still get people who
because
like to see
Savage
women in underwear,
Fenty,
but yeah,
whew,
like it
their
didn't have the
shows,
entertainment value
yes,
outside of that anymore to lure you
correct,
in. But yeah, them Savage by Fenty only got better.
only got better, Ashley. And um like I said, very entertaining, very body inclusive, and they did it effortlessly. I think it's also interesting. Models, this one model in particular was getting some attention saying, I don't like having athletes like Suni Lee and Angel Reese on the runway. This is supposed to be for models only. It's like, girl, get over yourself. They are trying to make money.
And
You are
also
not a household name.
keep this relevant so you can keep your job.
Exactly. Because the model still made it, but it was that whole conversation of they took the spots of other models. And
At least it ain't AI, baby.
I think it's funny. I'm looking at people.com, I guess. Lily Moss and Iris Law. These are peak Nepo babies. So Kate Moss' daughter and Jude Law daughter was on the runway. Of course, the Hadid sisters were there. Um, La Roche was there with Jodie Turner Smith and Jeremy Pope. They had a time during Missy's performance, and that brought me
Hmm.
joy. But I mean, it's Missy. Yeah. So I guess welcome back. Oh, Ashley Graham showed up again. Shout out to her. I haven't really seen much of her, especially after she had her twins. So
Yeah,
shout
I'd
out
see
to
her
her
pop
for
up here
having.
and there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, speaking of shows, Brandy had to walk out of one.
Tough, tough,
Ashley, I'm
tough.
like, this is what their third show, and we're already having quote technical difficulties or something. I don't
Yeah, because
know.
I was bringing my review back to the mic, right? I have not gotten a chance to talk to you guys since I went to the show and got a chance to see them in Cincinnati.
Yes.
First night, first time
Opening
I've
night.
first time I've ever been to the opening night of a show. So I was like, oh, they gonna bring the energy. They have to be excited. Well, first of all, downtown Cincinnati was crazy because there was also a Bengals game.
It's
So
always
it took
insane.
us an
It's always
hour to
charging.
park. So we missed all of Money Long's show and caught the
Shut
second half
up.
of Kelly. Kelly looked great. I think
Body
Kelly
yaddy
was
yaddy.
forgetting some of her lyrics, but she looked great.
Not her forgetting her
I think
lyrics.
she was forgetting some of her lyrics. But Dilemma obviously was a highlight and some of the Destiny Child songs and all that. And then the main show. The things that I loved are Brandy and Monica looked fantastic. The costume, even though I was like, aren't y'all hot? Like they were wearing some full on
I always wonder
fits.
why they do that. I'm like,
You got to
I
be hot.
I'm a Beyonce. I need a fan blowing on me at all
Yeah,
times.
you got to be hot. But I also like their production was dope. They had some great like backgrounds that and sets that they put together. I also liked the format where they start the show and they're kind of both on stage doing a back and forth, and then they each take turns coming out solo, and then
Love
they
that.
end the show coming back together. You get a
It's
Whitney tribute as a part of this show, which is amazing because they were
by both
both,
of them.
yeah, they were both, close with her. And then of course you got to end the show with The Boy Is Mine.
It's
So
giving On the Run then, like
to
with
an
a
extent, to an extent, but it kind of plays into the fact that supposedly they had a little bit of a rivalry at first, but then you see them
right.
at the end kind of come together in love and all of this. The
Did
struggle
she
with
sing?
they both sang. The struggle with
No,
both
no.
who?
I was gonna say, did Brandy sing any Cinderella?
No Cinderella was covered, but there were clips as they were doing the Whitney tribute. There were clips of Cinderella, so that
Oh,
was cute. But what I wanted to say is acoustically, the venue sucked for
yes,
vocalists. So
yes.
that was my struggle
I
because
don't know
I
why
was
they
like,
made the Heritage Forum their location.
I'm
Like,
coming to hear y'all sing, right? And I will say they give you a lot of. I wasn't expecting to get so much choreo as a part of this show. I'm like, y'all are singers, so
ooh,
I wasn't expecting like full on background dancing choreo. Y'all giving it, but also those parts were lip syncing. I only want to hear y'all singing because that's what I come to see Brandy and Monica do. Y'all are singers, not singers. Y'all are
did Brandy
singers.
sing begging and pleading?
No, that was
That
not
was
in the
always
set
really
list.
good
That was not in the set
live.
list.
What was your favorite Monica song that she sang? Because for me, I
Ah,
imagine Angel of Mine
Angel of
is
Mine
like,
was great. Angel of Mine was great. It was. I'm not as big of a Monica fan as I am a Brandy fan, to be completely candid, but Monica's stage presence to me was fantastic. Like, I became a bigger fan after going to the show. But for sure, like her early hits, Don't Take It Personal, and some of those were very nostalgic. And she did this ATL number like in honor. Like it was a good time overall. Now I will say that at my big age, going to a performance on a Thursday night and not getting home till 2 a.m. was a struggle.
2 a.m. Don't tell me you
Girl,
went to work the next
I sure
day.
did. I was
Oh
back
my
up,
gosh.
exhausted.
Absolutely
But we
not.
made it through. I was the only one who worked too. My sister-in-law off, her sister off, me back on that computer. What are you gonna do? But I had a blast. It was a time was had. Glad I made it, and I got some rest over the weekend. So when I heard about the Brandy situation, I was like, oh no! Like
Yeah.
these are your first few tour dates. I'm sorry to hear that you're
Yes,
something happened already.
exactly. Yeah. And it's for me. So I love Lavia Jai. She was there in Chicago and she was like, we are here to give you grace, but I need for your your comms to be better.
She got tore
Um,
up on Threads for that.
did
Yeah,
she?
she was a trending topic. People tore into her ass. They were
Brandy,
talking.
right?
No, Lovey.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't
I
see
was reading
that.
about that yesterday. Yeah, people were talking about negative encounters with her and all sorts of stuff. Yeah.
Oh no, I
Yeah.
didn't think what she said was the worst. I mean, she just said, "Are you sick or is it technical difficulties?
People
Pick one."
tore into her ass.
Well, I'm
Yes.
glad to know that Brandy people got her back. Okay, so
Yeah, I mean, I love Brandy. Brandy seems so sweet. So definitely want her to be okay. And dehydration and all that, especially like I said, them
it's real.
costumes, I can imagine you
Yes.
got a little hot.
And when was the last time they toured? Like, this is a big deal. Like, pace yourself. We want you to be your whole self
This
for
is
all
why
the
you see
dates.
Beyonce now does like I'm doing 3 dates in one location. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I'm taking a couple days off because
Very
touring is
intentional.
grueling. I remember even
It
Michael
is.
Jackson back in the day said, "Y'all have no
He
idea what I
hated
go
it.
through when I'm on that stage."
Yep.
So,
Yep. So speaking of the greats who knew how to put in work, the Grio has it for Debbie Ellen. Barbie's new tribute doll of her is, quote, everything. She says, seeing her Barbie reflects not just on her journey, but the dreams she's still helping young people chase. And this brought me so much joy. We talked about how phenomenal she is in our recent recap, Seen and Heard, which is based off of the HBO documentary. And to see that she is getting her flowers makes, I love it. Have you seen it, Ashley? It is her in her peak fame attire
Yeah.
with the 80s curly
Do.
fro off
Yeah.
the shoulder top with the tassels on the pants.
Yeah. I love it. I don't know what it is about Debbie Allen that feels like a family member to me.
Easy,
So I
easy.
mean, but also as someone who did not readily understand her impact on like entertainment and culture,
Yeah.
I go harder for her now that I'm so aware. Because before it used to be like if at least for me, if you weren't in front of the camera, I didn't know unless you were a director, let's say. I didn't know
Mhm.
as much about all of the all of those superstars that make things what they are. You know what I mean? Like I didn't give as much homage to all that work because Felicia Rashad was on the Cosby Show. So isn't she the star? Well, her sister's back here killing it. You know what I mean? Like
Killing
killing it.
it.
So I didn't
Front
know. So
and
the
behind
reverence that
the
I have for her
camera.
now, yeah. And I mean, of course she did her, but that preceded me, right? So
Mhm.
I didn't know about fame and all this stuff. I just, I knew Felicia. Then once I found about Debbie, I was like, oh,
My mind was blown when I found out they were sisters. I was
oh.
like,
And they
oh,
also seem cool. Like they seem
yeah,
very close.
yeah.
And their mom, like, have you heard them talk about their mom?
Legendary. She just passed recently, actually.
Yeah.
Um, and I love it because it's like black woman, educated black woman was like, I'm raising my family in the woods, like on a farm, and we are going to teach them about culture because, you know, I'm like 5 seconds away from having that same dream. You know what I mean?
4, 5 seconds from wildin'. 3 more days till Friday. I'm trying
Let
to
me
make
tell
it back
you,
home, girl. That song was real because y'all got about 4 or 5 seconds. Anyway, this world is
beautiful,
nuts.
beautiful, beautiful. Um, I didn't put this on our list, but I want to talk about it very quickly. Misty Copeland's final show is like
Oh,
either tonight or tomorrow night or something like
if
that.
them tickets weren't so expensive, girl. If they wasn't so
Girl,
expensive.
I'm gonna have to pick up she has a whole feature on Harper's Bazaar. So I'm gonna have to pick up that magazine and she's talking about her journey. Yeah, I think her last show is tonight.
Mm.
And it says here on CBS News, Misty Copeland's final performance with American Ballet Theater draws huge crowds to NYC's Lincoln Center.
Of course.
Oh, of course it does. And you know what I love? A lot of brown faces in that in
Of
those
course.
lines.
Of course. You got to. If I had the moolah, I would have made that trip and been there too. Like I said, it's something to be able to see the greats in real time. And
And again, we talked about this in our conversation of Seen and Heard. It's like the greats to be able to have a completion of their journey and to be able to celebrate it. It wasn't ended through like scandal or sickness or anything like that. And it's important to have those type of completions. What they say is more important to finish things to than to begin, right?
okay.
Yep. I'm going on to the next thing. Um, let's go. So our our fave, the wonderful, the illustrious Melody Hobson and her very famous husband. Um,
Who? George Lucas, that old guy. That old guy, George.
they're sealing his legacy with the Lucas Museum of Narrative Art. And they said that this is his most important collaboration. His collaborator was his wife. I am so excited for this news. Like the museum itself looks like a freaking spaceship. My question is, how were they able to keep this a secret this long?
Hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be epic from what we're seeing of the construction. I got a chance to, when I went to San Fran, go to the offices. And I remember being just impressed by that because you had the costumes and all that stuff out. I took a picture in front of the Yoda statue and stuff. So I can only imagine this and like the destination this is going to be for all the Star Wars lovers and all the rest. I mean, I like Star Wars, but I'm not a fanatic. But just the concept of it as like a film lover is super exciting.
It's set to open in 2026.
I always wonder if George is happy with what Disney has done. I think about that sometimes. Like, is
That's
he
a
creating
great.
other aspects of his legacy to help him through that? Or is he like, ah, that's fine, but here's some other things for you too? You know, because his legacy in cinema is cemented.
I am reminded of this cartoonist that had a sickly cow, and it was a mouse with a bucket. And on the cow it said Star Wars, and then the mouse with the bucket was representing Disney. Because they've been trying to figure out how to profit from this deal. Now, when
Milking it.
it comes to George Lucas, I think that check cleared.
Well, yeah, but
Like,
it's still like how attached to you are you? How attached, I said how attached to you. How attached are you to your creation? Like that's still his baby, his IP, even if he sells it, it has to, I'm sure it means something to him to see what they do with it, you know? So I'm sure he sleeps well at night though. Him and Melody both, but I'm just curious.
yeah, that's
Because
a fair
I feel
point.
like they've overdone it with Star Wars at Disney
I think so too.
and the universe.
In the best news ever, Lauren and Cam welcomed their first baby together. These are our the faves.
These are
Somebody
the only
said,
people I acknowledge.
somebody online was like, the show was created for them and them only.
The only people I acknowledge. Lauren and Cameron.
Oh, they are from Love is Blind, which is a Netflix hit show. Season one, they
OG.
welcome their baby boy October 1st. They are over the moon. Um, it's so sweet because they've been trying for a long time, and she recently lost her father, which was very
Mm.
heartbreaking.
Yep.
And I'm just so happy that they are able to have this joy. His name is Ezra. Oh, she says here, after my dad passed, we were organizing his things and found a Bible that had been his mother's. When we opened it up, the Bible opened up to the book of Ezra, and a picture of my
Mm.
dad fell out. That was a sign.
Mm. Beautiful. Keep it together, Delora. Keep it
I
together.
know. I know. I saw this thing online talking about the horoscopes, and they were like the range of cancer, and it had a box of tissues on one spectrum, and then the face of Meryl Streep as her
Miranda.
character from Devil Wears Prada and like ice cold. And I'm like, this is accurate. It's like,
Are y'all really ever that ice cold though? Y'all are so
oh,
melty on the inside.
you have no idea. There's a hard coating on the outside for a reason.
Okay.
Like,
All right.
see, you only see this part of me because you know me, and our audience apparently knows me too. So yes, congratulations to the Hamiltons. This is so cute.
Yes.
All right, and the final headline we have today, I'm looking at Variety. Sinners submits 2 original songs for Oscars, including Miles Canton duet. This is an exclusive. So in our most recent recap, please check it out, y'all. Um, we talked about this epic movie. We knew that this was definitely going to go. It was so good that we knew that some songs were definitely going to be entered for Best Original Song. And the first track they decided on is called I'd Lie to You. And this is written by Raphael Sadiq and the great composer Ludwig Gorstrin. I apologize. I don't know how to say his name.
Shout out to
Um,
Raphael Sadiq. Okay.
I know the pin is insane. Um, and then the second song is Last Time, and it says I See the Sun, and that's the last song that's performed by Allison Smith and um Miles,
Miles.
who is super super talented. So one of the things I forgot to mention, Miles was a backup singer for her for years, and I don't know how it happened, but I don't know if she found out first
She
or he
did.
told her.
She put him
Yeah.
on. She said, you need to go ahead and do something with
And then
this.
he went for it and got it. So love, love, love. Ashley, you remember these songs? Did you enjoy it? Is it going to be a tight race for best original songs? I feel like, you know me, golden.
Yeah, I posted a story of a guy breaking this down, and I was like, yeah, I want to think that they have a shot, but going against K-pop Demon Hunters, like, let's be for real. Like, I just don't think, unfortunately, anybody stands a chance. There are a lot of other categories that they can still take home the gold statue for, but I think this one may not make the cut, baby.
May not. But what I will say is, I look forward to Miles performing on the Academy stage. I would love to see that.
Do you think he's gonna be like? I can see him being like in a rocking chair on a set that kind of resembles Mississippi, singing the blues,
Mm-hmm.
playing an instrument.
I don't know. Um, I don't know.
I'm
I Lied is the
visualizing.
song that he sang during that epics scene, by the
Yeah,
way, to
I'm visualizing.
connect it all together. So,
Hmm.
all right, Ashley, what are we recapping for next week?
So, to kind of round out our spooky season coverage, I guess we can say, because we are near to Halloween, kids. We are going to be recapping 2002, starring the Aaliyah, Queen of the Damned. This is available currently on Tubi for free. Want to get Delora's thoughts, want to get all of you guys' thoughts, because
Yes.
this is one that I have loved nostalgically because of Aaliyah, but I have not watched it in a while. And then I am so excited for the TV series adaptation that's coming in the third
Lestat.
season of Interview with the Vampire, that like this is cool, but I know that that show is going to blow it out of the
They're going
water.
to kill it.
So I want to enjoy this for what it is now before this goes into the periphery, because that third season is going to be like, this is it. Y'all got it. Like, I just wish Aaliyah could be in this new version. You know what I'm saying? No, no, shout out to the actress who's going to play Akasha, but it would have been epic. So we're going to get into that. continue our vampire love, and round out this Halloween season. So y'all come back, stick
Back to
with us.
back.
Excited for it. Please share this episode out with everybody you know. Again, we're now shooting and airing the video on YouTube. You can find us here. Find us on Spotify, of course, Apple. Shoot us a note message on the socials, IG. We'd love to hear from you. We appreciate you. We'll be back. But in the meantime, as always, be blessed.
Bye.